Hey, so if you haven't figured it out already, my videos are inspired basically by confrontations, whether they be on Facebook, even if they're not confrontations, like things that I see, conversations that I have, anything like that. So today I want to talk about guys and their need to complain about girls. And the funny part is that I've been complaining about guys forever. But when I complain about guys, it's about things that they do on purpose, things that they can control. So this video is about what guys talk about and they want to complain about what girls do when girls can't control it. Now, first I want to address that a lot of girls do stupid crap that they do on purpose. I'm not trying to say that everything they do has a cop-out method of, a deeper method, like reason to justify it. Like, no. Girls do stupid stuff, like play head games and weird stuff that you guys hate, but we love to do it. Anyway, so I want to address that because this video isn't totally biased, except it kind of is. Anyway, so the first thing I want to talk about is periods, and every girl gets one. She's had one at one point. I mean, if you're on birth control that takes it away, happy day. When a girl's on her period, she gets massively, insanely, they're painful cramps. Once again, if you don't get cramps, happy day. She gets irritable, and things happen to her. Her hormones just get punched, and they scatter, and they make babies, and they do funky things that we can't control. So when guys want to sit there and say that girls can't complain about cramps because they're not that bad, you never had a cramp, so you can't say that, first of all. Second, you will never have a period. Ever. I mean, if you want one, get a sex change. But you will never have a period. So you can't justify an argument. You can't argue with a girl about a period. Like, that is just silly. You're setting yourself up for failure with that one. When a girl's on her period, her hormone level is disgusting. And we get, like, irritable and things make us mad and we don't even know why. And we can't control that. You know, some girls will take hold of them. Like, I'm one of them. I don't like to let my emotions, take control of me. When I'm on my period, sometimes it takes me looking back and realizing, oh my gosh, like, that was so rude of me or something. We are completely oblivious to it. We just act, and it's not our fault. It's the fact that we're on our period. The second thing I want to talk about is everything. Basically, everything that girls have to deal with mentally, physically, emotionally, that is inflicted upon us in our nature that we have to deal with on a daily basis. Guys don't have to deal with. And that's the part that's bugging me the most, is that we have to deal with so much stuff, and like I said before, we bring some of it on ourselves. But the things that we can't control, like our hormone imbalances and our cravings and sometimes our attitude, like, we can't control it, and we have to deal with all this stuff that's going on all the time, like these stupid emotions that constantly are destroying us and thoughts that are just ridiculous stuff. And then the last thing I want to talk about is society. Like, guys, you want to say that society puts, like, this thumb on you, and really, girls just take it all. Because society, and whether you like to admit it or not, has inflicted a mentality in you that makes you think that girls have to be constantly looking good. So we have that pressure, too. We have to deal with always needing to look good. The fact that we want to avoid being called ugly at all costs. And it's like we are in constant, like, fear of a low self-esteem because of what society has done. Not only that, but we depend on you guys to kind of raise it. And when you guys sit there and you want to complain about things that we can't even control, it takes a toll. And so, anyways, the thing is that when a girl's on her period and when she's being ridiculous, like I said, without her control, I can make a whole other video about stupid girls things do that are in their control. But the bottom line is the things that girls can't control, you should just stop complaining about, because it's never going to go away. And then last but not least, I want to directly talk to guys and just be like, you were built as a masculine creature to deal with this. I'm so manly, I can lift a bunch of weight. No, you mentally, as a man, should be able to handle a woman's emotions. That's why we're opposites. Because guys are not as weak-minded as girls, so you're built to deal with it. If you aren't dealing with it, you're supposed to be a man and you're sitting there complaining about what girls can't control, you're a sissy. Straight up. I'm sorry. Like, you are built as a man to deal with what we have. That's why men and women are supposed to procreate, because we are meant to be together, and what girls have to offer is supposed to be evened out by what guys have to offer, what they don't have to offer. We're supposed to even each other out. And when a girl's emotions are up here and guys are down here, you know, he's supposed to deal with it and just, you know, that's how guys are. So just kind of, you know, whatever kind of lesson I just gave, it's just ridiculous. Like, I got in an argument with one of my friends. It wasn't really a legit argument, but I was just like, you know, guys don't know what cramps are like, and he's like, you have to chill out, and I hate dealing with girls, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, you're gonna have to. Sorry. Like, and it's inevitable. Right back to my first point. Like, we have no choice but to deal with what we do, and guys have a choice to either deal with it or complain. And if you complain, it's not gonna get you anywhere. But if you deal with it, it might get you somewhere, because if you deal with your lady on her period by comforting her and not pushing her buttons, just, you know, be, you know, compassionate, you won't have anything to complain about. So